Hello students, you are welcome to economics online class. Today also we are going to discuss about the theories of employment and income. In the last class I talked about meaning of full employment and its types, everything we seen. And also I started the classical theory of employment. So let us see the Say's law of market. Okay? Listen the classical theory of employment. Yesterday itself I gave the intro. So about the classical economists. Who are they? Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall, David Ricardo, J.S. Mill, J.B. Say and A.C. Pigou. James Keynes is called a modern economist. So that the classical economists assumed that the economy operates at the level of full employment without inflation in the long period. They believing there is no government intervention, laissez-faire economy prevailing there, which is their believing. There is no competitive. So there is no competitive market. This is their assumption. That's why they gave different kinds of definition, different kinds of theories about the employment. Likewise, the Say's law of market we have to discuss. According to Say, he gave one law of market. Say's law of market is the core of the classical theory of employment. So, A.B. Say was a French economist and he is an industrialist. He was influenced by writings of Adam Smith. So Adam Smith wrote an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nation in 1776. So that he influenced by the writings of Adam Smith and David Ricardo, J.B. Say, the proposition that supply creates its own demand. This is their aim. This is their assumption we can say. Say assumed that the supply creates its own demand. Likewise, demand creates its own supply. This is his concept. Hence, there can be general overproduction or the problem of unemployment in the economy. There is no overproduction and there is no unemployment. This is their assumption because they believe in supply creates its own demand. Such a way, demand creates its own supply. According to Say, when goods are produced by firms, goods are produced by the firm in the economy, they pay reward to the factors of production. What are the factors? The four factors we know that: land, labor, capital and organization. Here, Say explaining about when goods are produced by firms in the economy, they pay reward to the factors of production. The household, after receiving the rewards of the factors of production, spend on the purchase of goods and services produced by the firm. Therefore, each product produced in the economy creates demand equal to its value in the market. That's why he said supply creates its own demand. Likewise, demand is equal to supply. This is Say's law. See, here gave one picture. Tom makes a sell supplies of lemonade. When the Tom selling lemonade, what is coming inside to him? Money, which is income. So that Tom earns money from the sale of lemonade. So after getting income, Tom not keeping the money within him. He has to spend. Okay, he has to spend money to purchasing goods and services. See here, the Tom spends that money to purchasing headphone, joystick, like that. Something they want. Okay, something he want, whatever he want, he have to purchase. So that supply creates its own demand. That's why here they are saying supply creates its own demand. Can you understand? And here the flowchart also given. The classical theory explains a person receives his income from production which is spent on purchase of goods and services produced by others. Whenever they are receiving income because of their factors of production, they have to purchase or spend that amount purchase of goods and services produced by the firm. For the economy as a whole, therefore, total production equal to total income. This is telling through this picture. Total production equals to total income. Able to understand? Okay, let us see the assumptions of Say's law of market. What are the assumptions given by the Say? Some assumption given by Say: no single buyer or seller of the commodity or input can affect the price. He believing supply creates its own demand, isn't it? That's why he is saying here, no single buyer or seller of the commodity or an input can affect the prices in the market. And he has to believe full employment prevailing in the market. That's why full employment he is saying here. People are motivated by self-interest and self-interest determines economic decision. The people are going to motivate themselves. They have self-interest to activating toward the economy. That is determining their economic decision. The laissez-faire policy is essential for an automatic and self-adjusting process of full employment equilibrium. He already said, income is equal to output or output is equal to income. That's why the laissez-faire policy is essential for an automatic and self-adjusting process full employment equilibrium. Here they expecting no intervention of government. They don't want intervention of government. That's why laissez-faire policy is essential. Then only the automatic market or self-adjusting process of full employment will be there, which is equilibrium, which brings equilibrium. The market forces, demand and supply, determine everything right. This is their foremost believings. What is that? The market forces are demand and supply. They only determining everything right. There will be a perfect competition in labor and product market. So they believe in perfect market, which is perfect competitive market in the market. Okay, production market. So there is no competition like that monopoly, duopoly, oligopoly, like that. Imperfect market. Here, perfect competitive market working. There is wage price flexibility. So automatic adjustment going here. That's why the wage price flexibility will be there. Money acts only as a medium of exchange. So then cannot consider the money and other activities. Long run analysis. This perfect competitive market, which is the classical theory of employment said by Say's law, long run analysis going on here. This is applied in long run analysis. There is no possibility for overproduction or unemployment. So the demand is equal to its value of in the supply. So likewise, no possibility for overproduction or over unemployment. So equally, everything equally fulfilling here. Unutilized resources used until reaches full employment. So unutilized resources means, suppose they didn't use any resources, maybe capital, land, like that. So which is used until reach the full employment by the producer. No government intervention, automatic price adjustment mechanism operated, because the price automatic price adjustment mechanism is operated in the market. That's why government is no need. The government intervention is no need. And then interest rate flexibility leads to saving investment equality. So interest rate flexibly will be there, which bringing the saving investment equilibrium. These are the points given by the SAY, JB SAY. This is 5-mark question, assumptions of Say's law. Okay. Then we have to move implications of Say's law. What are the implications said by him? There is no possibility for overproduction or unemployment. Already in the assumption he explained. So because equally all the things are equally going here, that's why there is no overproduction and unemployment. If there exist utilized resources in the economy, suppose they have some amount of capital or land, labor, which is their resources, so it is profitable to employ them up the point of the full employment. Till their full employment they have to use the resources. This is true under the condition for factors are willing to accept rewards on the par with their productivity. So they can get full rewards, the land, labor, capital, everything getting full rewards till their resources utilizing there. As automatic price mechanism operates in the economy, there is no need for the government intervention. As I told you, here no need government intervention. However, James Keynes emphasized the role of the state. Here, Keynes explained about the role of the government. But the classical economists consider a government no need here. Interest flexibility brings about the equality between savings and investment. This point also in the assumption we seen. Money performs only the medium of exchange and function in the economy, as people will not hold idle money. So that the money perform only the medium of exchange, which is people will not hold idle money. These are the points of implication said by Say. And then criticism of Say's law. He assumed that no single buyer or seller of the commodity or an input can affect the price. Full employment. People are motivated by self-interest and self-determining economic decision. They believe in laissez-faire policy. There will be a perfect competition in the market and wage price flexibility will be there. Long run analysis going on. There is no possibility for overproduction and over unemployment. Unutilized resources used until reaches the full employment. These are the assumption and implications of Say's law. Though they Say gave this much of points about the market, criticism will be there. See here some of the criticism given here. According to Keynes, supply does not create its own demand. So is it true or false? True. So that Keynes criticizing Say supply does not create its own demand. It is not applicable where demand does not increase as much as production increases. Automatic adjustment process will not remove unemployment. Even though the automatic adjustment prevailing in the market which is not remove unemployment problem. Unemployment can be removed by increase in the rate of investment. So that unemployment only can be removed by increase in the rate of investment. By the investment only we can remove the unemployment problem. But here says assumption saying about there is no overproduction and over unemployment. Money is not neutral. Individuals hold money for unforeseen contingencies while businessmen keep cash reserved for their future activities. So here, according to say, people will not hold idle money, isn't it? But Keynes says about people hold some money. Why? Because for unseen contingencies, suppose future problems. Likewise, the businessman keeping some cash reserve for their future activities. Say's law is based on the proposition that supply creates its own demand and there is no overproduction, isn't it? So Keynes said that overproduction is possible. Why? Because he is saying demand does not increase as much as production increases. That's why he is criticizing here. Keynes regards full employment as a special case because there is underemployment in capitalist economy. We know that in the capitalist economy, underemployment also possible. Then the need for state intervention arises in the case of general overproduction and mass unemployment. In the situation of mass unemployment, the need for the state intervention is very, very important. Here the Keynes insisting here need for the state intervention should be there.